Now, I know that this is a very difficult conversation to have, but I'm going to urge you to do it right now. Just spend a little bit of time thinking about this with us. Losing a loved one is never easy. It undoubtedly puts severe emotional and, yes, financial strain on the entire family. But with personalized life insurance, you can worry less about finances and more about what matters most. And joining us this morning is Khensani Baloyi, a product expert from Old Mutual, who has opened my eyes and made me feel a lot more comfortable about dealing with these things. So thank you so much for that. I know you have to do this every day, but it still doesn't make it any easier to broach death. I mean, it's that one big final gateway that we have to pass through, but we leave others behind. And I think that's been the real pressure point for me. As much as we want to look after our family, it's tough enough doing it now while we're alive because of the pressures that we feel financially, more so after the last 3 years of COVID. How much does life insurance cost? Let's get real.
So thanks for having me again. The cost of life insurance really varies from person to person. And this is because when you apply for life insurance, we take a look at your individual risk profile and we determine just how much cover we can offer you and how much it will cost. But after that, it's all just within your control because we've designed our products so modularly that you can choose and pay only for the cover that you need and not that which you don't. And what's great is that you can structure your cover so that it meets what your exact needs are and what your budget is.
Life changes. How flexible can your cover be when you say that this is there to match your lifestyle? How much kind of breathing room do we have within that?
So it's absolutely flexible. And just to give you an idea of how flexible it is, say, for example, your biggest need is to retire comfortably, right? And not have to worry about insurance premiums after you retire. We give you the option to pay premiums only up until retirement age and continue to enjoy cover thereafter.
Wow.
But more to that, as we just spoke about now, we give our customers the option to pay only for the cover that they need and not that which they don't, but the flexibility to add and remove benefits and features from their product as and when their life circumstances change, because we all know the importance of having your life insurance keep up with our ever-changing circumstances.
I love that, and because what you want out of life is going to change, but also the immediate pressures on you are going to change because that's what life is like. There is this gateway that you go through that we've alluded to in terms of that awful moment when we do lose someone. Additional financial pressures in the long term, but also in the short term. The funeral and costs around funerals, and it's not just for the funeral itself, but how do you transport people, those sorts of considerations. So I'm guessing there is a different approach when we talk about life cover and when we talk about a funeral plan. So what are the stark differences between the two and how do they kind of really come to bear?
So I think let's start with the similarities. So life insurance and funeral insurance are quite similar in the sense that both pay out when the insured person dies, but then they've been designed for different purposes. So funeral insurance pays out within hours of a claim being approved, right? And the money that gets paid out can help those that you leave behind with the immediate expenses. As you alluded to earlier, expenses associated with the funeral, so catering, transporting people to and from the funeral. But life insurance, on the other hand, has been designed to help your family maintain the same quality of life that they enjoyed while you were still around. And it pays out a more considerable amount of money, either as a lump sum or a monthly income. And your beneficiaries can decide what to use that money for depending on what their needs are at that point in time. So they can use it towards the cost of education, towards paying for the bond or their rent, whatever living expenses they have on a daily. So that said, both are a very important part of every financial plan because they serve different purposes but are very, very important to have.
I think a lot of people just broaching the idea, the notion of moving on is a difficult one to do, but it becomes quite a complex thing, at least when you think about it. Is it complex? How complicated can it be or should it be when you start? Where do we begin this process of taking out life insurance?
Taking out life insurance is not complicated at all. It's as easy as just doing 3 things. So the first thing that one needs to do is reach out to a financial advisor. And if you don't have one, you can contact one of Old Mutual's financial advisors on 0860 60 60 60, or you can visit our website on oldmutual.co.za/life. And the second thing you need to do is provide all the documents that are required or whatever requirements associated with the type of life insurance you're applying for. And thirdly, you just need to pay your premiums. And these three things can give you and your family a lifetime worth of peace of mind, knowing that those that you leave behind will be cared for. And again, you know, all throughout this process, you will have the support of your financial advisor just to give you that much needed guidance, if ever.
I love that. You know, when we talk about generational wealth, this is a way that you can achieve that in 3 easy steps, as you've just laid out. But it's that peace of mind.
Absolutely.
The fact that you can think about life beyond your passing, and it does make it a lot easier to broach such a difficult time. Oh, thank you so much. I do feel a lot better, as I knew I would. It is a very difficult thing to think about, but we've got to, not for our sake, but for our families. Simplicity, customization, and yes, flexibility. I love that. Those seem to be the key words that we can take from today's discussion, and I'm there for that. Reach out to the Old Mutual team and find out which cover suits your life and your lifestyle best, and how you can customize it to fit your needs and, I suppose, most importantly, your budget right now, so you can start on that journey. You can call 0860 60 60 60 or visit them online simply at oldmutual.co.za/life.